I'm Corbett Wall with USDA Livestock and Grain Market News, here with your weekly feeder and stocker cattle market summary for the week ending March the 8th, where we haven't had a good test of the market for the last 3 weeks really, because we had 2 big winter storms right in a row there that just pretty much brought trade to a halt throughout the major cattle production area and for sure through the 5 area feeding regions. But compared to 3 weeks ago, your feedlot replacement type cattle weighing over 700 pounds sold weak to $5 lower. Very disappointing market for most producers. Been fighting this snow and the ice and everything, and they really thought that when this weather straightened up like it did this week that the market would be on the upswing, but it wasn't that way. Lightweight calves and stocker cattle sold from fully steady up to $5 higher, and had a lot of spots as much as $10 higher on those lightweight calves that are sure ready to turn out on grass, and some of those stocker cattle weighing in the 6s that's got the right condition. The Joplin Regional Stockyards on Monday, they really went after those 6-weight stocker type cattle, not so much the fleshier types, but those that were thin and ready to turn out. Had one package weighed 619, brought $172. We did get some moisture in the Flint Hills there over that snow week. You know, had a couple of feet in some places through there, but might not add up to 2 inches of rain. Need more rain, need some runoff rain to fill those ponds. If they do get that where they can get some pond water in there, then they may be able to have the regular stocking rates, but so far that looks like they're going to cut those back quite a bit. The Northeast got hammered by another snowstorm, so they've yet to get dug out and get back out and start consuming that beef. So whenever, if and when that does happen, that will be a plus. The plains in the Midwest are still in drought. Got snow throughout, but it's going to take a lot of moisture to get the plains in the Midwest out of drought conditions. And you know, it's hard to think about drought when the lots are muddy and you can't hardly stomp through the mud, but our water table and the ground moisture is just so light, going to have a lot of moisture in the plains in the Midwest. But those commercial feedlots have just decided that they're tired of losing money. They got no support from the board, and it's hard for them to get any risk hedge there, and so they're going to cut back on what they're giving for these cattle. Right now we're $15 to $20 back on these yearling feeder cattle what we were the same time a year ago, but a year ago was all-time record highs. But they're tired of losing money. The fundamentals are good. We got a lot of pluses you'd think to make this market take off. The weather straightened up. The cutout values have gone up about $15 in the last week or 2. That's starting to come around because they cut the kills back so much. The stock market's at all-time highs. Looks like this economy's turning around quite a bit. And of course we got the lack of supply of feeder cattle. So you'd think this thing could take off, but you know, the guys that are feeding these cattle have just been losing so much money. They're tired of it, and they're going to back off from them. But your regional weighted averages this week in the north central states, an 8 to 900 pound steer cost you $132.64 compared to $134.72 last week and $147.73 a year ago. Down the south central states, 7 to 800 pound steer cost you $137.65 compared to $138.02 last week and $156.23 a year ago. And down in the southeast, a 5 to 6 weight steer on order cost you $153.50 compared to $151.20 last week and $174.57 a year ago. That wraps up your feeder market summary for this week. From the Beef and Research Teaching Farm at the University of Missouri, we'll talk to you next week.